In this country, liberal arts is in real trouble. It's very expensive, and more people say, we just want a job, in which case you may as well throw liberal arts out the window.
Like, why would someone pay, $50,000 or $60,000 a year for a private university when they can dial up TED Talks?
In every dimension, we find that the system that exists today, which was invented 150, 200 years ago, is not up to sniff with what the workforce needs today.
We won't have liberal arts and sciences at all 50 years from now unless we really understand how to save what's good, but how to reinvent what's new and needed.
It should be a little uncomfortable to have a liberal arts education.
I actually think, paradoxically, that we're going to see even more robust liberal arts education.
You should have to ask questions about yourself, your choices, the world, that are not necessarily ones that would occur to you apart from your experience of that education.
Because I think that you really can't outsource human connection. I hope you can't. I don't think you can.
Well, in some respects, I think the liberal arts will continue looking a lot like they do today in 50 years. The fundamental idea of the liberal arts, which was in some sense developed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, has been able to keep adjusting while maintaining a certain kind of sense of what its fundamental purposes and objectives are.
But I think it will also change because there's so many different ways in which human experience is rendered in the 21st century.
I think that in 50 years, colleges are not going to be places, reserves of 18 to 21-year-olds.
I think in the future, the notion of education stopping when you leave school will be ridiculous.
And I think that's going to make everything different when we don't think of college as this transitional space for people of late adolescence.
I want my education to be more like a toothbrush I use twice a day, as opposed to something you do once in a lifetime in the beginning of your life.
I've been thinking about that a lot because I teach undergraduates. I wish that I had learned the value of a nonlinear path. Now with my own students, I really try to tell them, be nonlinear, do things, take risks.
I want education to be part of the daily fabric of our lives.
I think that anybody who assumes that things won't change would be nuts. I mean, to go to Harvard College 150 years ago, you had to read Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. So I'm sure that's going to continue to evolve.
I believe that the changes in technology will continue to really change in fundamental ways the nature of our economy, the nature of our everyday lives, the nature of our leisure activity and pursuits.
But I would hope that these principles of acquainting individuals with lives beyond their own and realities beyond their own experience will be at the heart of what it is.
It'll be different. How different? In what ways? I'm a historian. I do use the past to try to think about the future, but I'm very reluctant to try to predict it.